Regardless of how many productivity videos you've watched or how many times you told yourself you're going to do an important task, at some point in our lives, we've all struggled with procrastination. But procrastination is nothing new. And it's even more prevalent today in a world that's full of distractions. From scrolling mindlessly on Instagram to binging TikTok videos, there's always a reason to push off the things that we know that we need to do. So how do we overcome it? I know a lot of you have seen this YouTube channel. We're slowly growing. We're at like 1,300 subscribers strong, but it wasn't always that way. I actually procrastinated on making my first YouTube video for over a year and a half. And if I would have started this channel a year and a half ago, who knows? We may have even gone over 100,000 subscribers or more at this point. Instead of taking action, I would just push it off and I would overthink it, try and come up with a YouTube video idea, but then I would say to myself,
but dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're not even that good of a Christian, and you don't even have any expertise in any area of your life. Like, how are you actually going to help anybody?
I would try and take action. I'd try and come up with a video idea. I'd even try and set up the camera. And time again, I would just psych myself out. And I would start overthinking it. I'd start stumbling over all my words. And I would just say, you know what, screw it, I'll just do it next month. And then next month would turn into the following month. And that would turn into 6 months. And then that would turn into a year. And then we got to a year and a half and I hadn't done crap. Where after screwing around for over a year and a half, I realized, hey, if I don't change anything, nothing is going to change. I will never have a YouTube channel. I will never make content. I will never change a single person's life because I refuse to get out of my own way. I have to do something different. And so I started to do something called taking imperfect action, where I just realized that it was never going to be perfect. I was never going to make the perfect video. There was no way that I was going to get to Mr. Beast's level with the knowledge and the skills that I had. But I had to start. Like, I had to start doing something. It was very mediocre, but at least I moved the needle. At least I created my first video. I posted it. The video editing was pretty bad, but I got it out there. And from that point forward, things completely changed for me. Now, for those of you who don't know me already, my name is Braden. I help Christian men to completely transform their lives through faith-based self-improvement. If you want to join our brotherhood and help the Christ pill to go mainstream, do me a favor, scroll down and click on that subscribe button, and I promise you that it's going to be a win-win for the both of us. And if you're anything like me, and you push off important tasks, and you make excuses, and you rationalize, and you overthink, this is the perfect video for you. I've got 5 tips for you to help you to kill procrastination and start taking action on your goals. So step number 1 is you need to reduce the number of decisions that you have to make throughout the day. And the best way to do this is to A, start making those decisions ahead of time, and B, you can start to create habits around certain areas of your life to boost your overall effectiveness. And this is crucial because it's going to prevent you from draining all of your energy, because instead of going through the day and wondering whether or not you should do certain things, you're already going to have everything that you need to do on a list and you just have to knock it out one by one. For example, in terms of working out, I want you to decide which days each week you're going to work out and just stick to that schedule. Or you can pick the clothes that you're going to wear tomorrow on the night before. Another thing that you can start doing is choose the most important thing that you need to get done the following day and schedule a specific time in your calendar to knock it out. And what you can do is you can just write this down on a notebook, or you can use the note page on your phone, or you can use a simple Notion template. Just type that thing out and what time you're going to do it, block out time, whether it's an hour or 2 hours or whatever you need to do, and make sure that you get that one thing done. Strategy number 2 is you need to finish your day before it starts. Trust me, the best decision that you can make to avoid procrastination is to plan your days in advance. Every single day, before I go to bed, I write out every single thing that I plan on doing the following day. And that list is going to include 2 different things. The first thing is called an OBT, my one big thing. And that's the one big task that I absolutely have to get done the following day. This could be a big work task, a big goal that you need to work towards, or simply a project that you know that you need to make progress on. The second thing is called my NMW, or my no matter what. And these are my non-negotiable daily habits. Some of mine include exercise, whether that's going to the gym or walking, reading my Bible, working on the YouTube channel, working with the businesses that I currently consult for. This way, my most important goals and projects are given ample time to be crushed and not to be procrastinated on. Strategy number 3 is called the nothing alternative. The nothing alternative is a really good tip for avoiding procrastination, and it was coined by an author named Raymond Chandler. So Chandler's problem was, just like all of us, he struggled with procrastination, and he really struggled to get behind a keyboard and type out a specific amount of words every single day, unlike the other successful writers that he had been around. And so the strategy that he developed to help himself overcome procrastination was setting aside 4 hours every single day and giving himself an ultimatum. He could either sit there for 4 hours and work diligently on writing and coming up with better and better content for his books, or he could sit there and do nothing at all. And with these two options in mind, at some point, he's gonna have to work. He's not just gonna sit there for 4 hours staring at a blank document or staring at the wall, watching the paint dry. You need to figure out the most important task that you need to get done tomorrow and set aside at least 90 minutes to get that thing done. And this 90-minute block is gonna be totally uninterrupted from any outside distractions. So that means no email, no smartphone, no social media, no screwing off, no BS. And if you have to, turn your Wi-Fi off. This 90-minute block is your time to lock in and get crap done. The fourth strategy that you can implement on is called the next action habit. There's a book called Getting Things Done by a guy named David Allen, and he's a genius. What he does is he intelligently dumbs things down, and instead of focusing on getting a big project done or this big goal that you have, he focuses on the very next action step that he needed to do to be able to move the needle. And that's one of the most important ideas of this book. All you need to do is figure out the next specific action that you need to take to move your project or goal that much closer to completion. Let's say you need to make a YouTube video. It can easily become a very overwhelming and stressful thing whenever you think about all the different things that you need to get done.
Oh, I need to come up with a video idea, and then I need to write a script, and then it needs to be good, and I need to research for that, and then I need to film it, and what camera do I use, and how do I set up the lighting, and then once I'm done filming it and it's actually good, then I got to make a thumbnail, and how do I make the thumbnail, and where am I to go for that?
All that crap. Instead of focusing on all of that stuff, you need to focus on the very first thing that you need to do and what specific first action step that you need to take to move the needle. That first thing you need to do is come up with a video idea. So the only thing that you need to focus on is grabbing a pen and a paper and writing out a list of YouTube video ideas. And that's it. You don't want to get overwhelmed and thinking about everything that you need to do. You just need to focus on the very first thing and take imperfect action towards completing that task. And the rationale behind this method is simple. Whenever you decide to do something that your mind perceives as doable, your energy is going to go up. Your sense of drive and direction will increase dramatically, and you're going to be able to motivate yourself to get whatever you need to get done. One small step leads to another, and another, and another, and before you know it, you have momentum to actually accomplish your goals. The fifth and final strategy that you can take to completely overcome procrastination is to adjust your environment. A good example of this is if you were an alcoholic. The first thing you do is you remove all the alcohol from your house, and you wouldn't spend time with people that were always going out to the bars or people who couldn't respect your decision to stay away from the whiskey. And in the same light, you must remove the cues that trigger your procrastination habits in the first place. If you're the kind of person who can't work or focus in an area like a coffee shop where there's a lot of movement, a lot of people walking and talking and music in the background, then all you need to do is simply find a place where you can quietly work and focus. Like for me, in order to be able to record these videos or write scripts or create thumbnails or do anything that I need to do to help this YouTube channel to grow, I have to have absolute silence. I need to be able to focus and lock in. And that's why, for the most part, I'll wake up very early in the morning to be able to do this deep work. And if that's not enough for you, put your phone on Do Not Disturb and take it and put it in a completely different room. And I promise you, just doing those two things will help you to stop procrastinating and help you to take more action and get more work done. And ultimately, it's going to help you to accomplish your goals. You need to realize that sometimes, in order to get a lot done, you need to unplug before you can plug in and focus. If you want to see another video that's going to help you to get on the right path towards becoming the man that God has created you to be, go ahead and click on this video. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that it helps you to stop procrastinating and take action on your goals. I hope that God blesses you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.